Welcome back, everybody. And here we are, post USMNT huge victory against Iran to secure passage to the round of 16. The bare minimum, the objective that we had talked about pre-World Cup. And guys, I'm going to start off with the chant. 4 more years, 4 more years, 4 more years. Yeah, Greg Berhalter and Berhalter ball will be around for 4 more years after this result, after getting the round of 16. Barring him wanting to coach club football instead, or a big club coming in and saying, hey, we have a serious project for you, if he prefers to work on a daily basis as opposed to a monthly or bi-monthly basis. We have Berhalter here to stay, guys. So if you like him, great. If you don't support him, get used to him because he's going absolutely nowhere. Let's talk about yesterday's huge victory. Guys, it was a spectacular first half, okay? From minute 10 to 45 in particular, we were able to advance the ball and pin Iran into their own half, allowing us to repress. There was good combination play on both channels. There was penetration and services, not clear chances, but we had them pinned back and we would get into their box with ease, okay? Credit to our guys. They were completely locked in, and it was the best I've seen our USMNT play, with the exception of the Mexico CONCACAF home game, where I think we smashed it for an entire 90 minutes. This was a good first half again. It's been the theme of this World Cup that we've been solid in the first halves. Okay, let's start with the lineup. Okay, Berhalter got two things very, very correct yesterday, and we have to give him credit for it. Big minerals to start Cameron Carter-Vickers, who has not played much in this cycle, but it was when push came to shove and the tournament was on the line. Greg Berhalter's job was on the line. He dropped his boy, the Walker Zimmerman. So no Aaron Long, no Walker Zimmerman. His guys off to the side watching. Cameron Carter-Vickers and Timmy Ream were the ones that were chosen in central defense. Obviously, Matt Turner in goal, Serginho Dest, and the Jedi in the back row. Big game experience. Guys that are playing in the Premier League, if you think about the Jedi and Ream. Guys that have played Champions League when you think about Serginho Dest and Cameron Carter-Vickers. In front of them, the best player on our team by miles, Tyler Adams, continues to amaze people that aren't familiar with his game. I'm speaking to a lot of neutrals here, and they were very, very impressed with what he brings to the table on the field. We all know what he does off the field after that presser and the maturity that he brings the group, and that's why he's undoubtedly the captain, okay? The MMA got the start again. Again, big game experience. Tyler and Weston have played in the Champions League. They're playing high level football week in and week out in Serie A. The pressures that it brings to play for Juventus, the pressure that it brings to play for Red Bull Leipzig in the Champions League, and now for Leeds, relegation scraps every single game. Yunus Musa with Valencia playing at a high level in La Liga. And then the front row went back with Josh Sargent. Big decision, okay? It was up in the air. Josh wasn't very good in the Wales game, but last night, it's the best I've seen Josh Sargent play for a USMNT. We'll get a little bit more into those details later. Why Christian Pulisic, Champions League experience. Why the other way? Timo Weah, Champions League experience, League One experience. So, guys, not to diss the MLS, but when push came to shove, the most experienced players that are in tough environments, that are ready to perform, that were, last night was going to be a do-or-die game. Greg Berhalter went ahead and put out guys with big game experience, where you get it week in and week out in the European leagues. It's not possible back home, okay? Back to the performances, okay? The best version of Weston McKennie, I tweeted it during the game. Penetrating passes. He had a couple of 40, 50-yard pings to switch the point of attack, but then it was verticality. It was the ball to Serginho Dest. It was the ball to Timo Weah. He had a third ball that was like that. I tweeted he looked like Xabi Alonso pinging balls around. He's not Xabi Alonso, but yesterday, Wesson was clean on the ball, and he was making good decisions, and he was picking passes, and he was executing passes. He had his Weston moments where it went out of bounds and all that, but that being said, Wesson was a machine in terms of the repress, winning duels, and then obviously creating for our USMNT. Yunus Musa, his normal self, driving the team forward, running, winning duels, and Tyler Adams. We can't say enough about Tyler Adams. I think everybody's aboard that shit by now. Okay. In the front line, Christian Pulisic made the difference. Took it for the team, scored the winning goal. That's what a match winner does. That's what the best player on our USMNT should do. I already talked about Sargent's performance, and I thought Timo Weah was spectacular in his combination play, his running off the ball, his work rate. Timo Weah was very clean last night. Okay, so very good performance. Now we have to ask ourselves why we have a significant drop off in the second half of all three World Cup games. Last night was no different. We suffered from minute 60 forward. We really suffered. We made some defensive adjustments. You know, say what you will. The level dropped immensely when Kellen came on for Weston. The level dropped, and we dropped into our own 18 by inertia, by design, because we wanted to grind out the result. We subbed in the Walker Zimmerman and Shaq Moore for Serginho Dest and Timo Weah. Ultra defensive sub. Hey, but it's who we are right now. Okay, we're not going to be like Portugal that subbed out and went for an attacking sub when they were up 1-0. We're not Portugal. Okay, we want to be Portugal, we want to be Brazil, we want to be Argentina, we want to be Spain, we want to be those powers. But Greg is a defensive-minded coach, and that is not going to change anytime soon. And we shouldn't be surprised about it. We grinded. We got the result. We suffered. 98th minute, it could have been 1-1. Clear goal line clearance by Walker Zimmerman. A lot of other half chances from Iran. So point being, guys, moving forward, we got a big game ahead of us. Okay, let me check my notes really quick. A topic I want to address before we move on. The majority of you casual fans out there, the majority of the Twitter universe for the USMNT, I'm convinced of it, okay, because of everything that I read coming from your guys' keyboards. You guys rate players on SofaScore. So I'm convinced that you all tuned in and watched the World Cup. I'm convinced that you were tuned in last night in the biggest game of our U.S. men's national team in 8.5 years. So having seen what Weston did last night, having seen what Sargent did last night, having seen Serginho's performance last night, those guys got all shitty SofaScore ratings, 6.5s, okay? So for those of you that judge, oh, this player's good. Oh, look at his SofaScore rating. Look at his FOPMob rating. No, watch the fucking game. Haji Wright, whatever you thought of his performance last night, I don't even want to go into a 4-letter tirade. Haji Wright received a higher SofaScore rating than all those players that killed it last night for USMNT. Okay? So to eliminate the myth, stop judging and watch the fucking game instead of seeing, oh, how did so-and-so do? Look at Brendan Aronson, 82%, 1-4 duels, 7.2 rating. He had a great game for Leeds today. Fuck that. Watch the game, guys. And I'm sorry for attacking, but that's just reality. SofaScore, I wipe my ass with SofaScore. Last night, Weston was top. Obviously, Serginho Dest on both sides of the ball was top. Josh Sargent played an incredible game. Timo Weah, incredible game. Those guys were shit SofaScore ratings. Got that out of the way. Okay, guys, hey, we have a few days to enjoy now. Saturday will be the Dutch. We'll get into the Dutch, what they bring to the table. It's going to be a very difficult, tall test for our USMNT, but the belief is there now. We have to step on the field. We have to be the aggressors. We have to try to match up well. They have great front line, obviously Memphis Depay and Gakpo, who's killing it this tournament. He's killed it all season for PSV. We all know about Frankie de Jong. We all know about Virgil van Dijk, but there's so much more to this Dutch team and to this Dutch coach that we haven't touched on, which we will do in the preview leading up to the game. Now I got to get ready. Look at one of the nicest areas in Qatar, Souk. My hotel room overlooks it. We're suited and booted. It's Argentina time tonight. Argentina, Poland in a matter of hours. France, Tunisia, Australia, and Denmark will kick off shortly. And then our friends from south of the border, they can still get through. Mexico needs to beat the Saudis and hope that Argentina or Poland win the game and they're through. So, guys, enjoy. Hit me with questions, comments, concerns. We can talk about a bunch of things. I know everybody's irate about Gio, but let's just enjoy 3 days. Let's enjoy 72 hours that our team qualified. I could be way more critical than I've been right now, but I'm super happy that I'm going to see the U.S. men's national team play a knockout game in the World Cup against one of the elite world powers in Holland. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed.